Hello, welcome to another live episode of the Hope Shot. It's Wednesday night, and we got a special guest. Me as the host, obviously, because it's always all about me. No, man, we got a super special night for you guys. Justin, the founder of this thing, is celebrating 4 big, huge years, 4 in a row without putting any.
Yay!
And we just want to let you start off by saying we love you and thank you for being here and thank you for being a part of our recovery. We're looking forward to tonight. Yes, if you want to know what real recovery looks like, you're not in real recovery until you've roasted somebody on their celebration. Then you've arrived, my friends. It's true. But before we get into the roast, we do need to go over a clarity statement. Anyone got it? Anyone got the clarity statement?
We have it. We have it.
Come on, let's do it.
All right, do it.
Hope Shot clarity statement. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common: recovery as a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. Thank you for being a part of our Hope Shot family.
I'm this close to having it memorized.
The magic's already dropping. All right, real quick, if you're tuning in, guys, please do us a favor. Go hit the share button, hit the like. Let's let people in recovery hear a message of recovery tonight. Let's do what we do. We get people together so we can definitely celebrate this great man that I love to call my best friend. Justin, if you can get off your phone, it's all about you right now, bro, and you're on your phone.
Sorry, you asked me to share, and I'm sharing, bro.
Okay.
I am
sharing.
That'll right? Share. It just says hit the share button. I'm sharing.
You are forgiven, sir.
Give me 1 second, babe. You gotta turn that down.
Hey, you guys, do us a favor. When you share in the comments, put you shared so we can give you a shout out tonight. All right.
All right. Sorry. Can you turn it down? Thanks, babe. Appreciate you. Sorry, Tiffany's right there. And I hear myself, and it's like, I'm like, what the hell? All right. What's up, guys? As you know, I'm Justin. Today is my 4 years, which is super cool, man. It's still like a shock for me to even say I have 4 years because it took 27 to get here. 23 years of addiction and 4 years of recovery. Hang on 1 second. Let me just mute. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see you. There we go. All right. There she is. So tonight we're going to do, maybe 20, 30 minutes of me sharing, and then we're going to let these guys have a little fun with me. It's always fun. That's what recovery is about, is having a little bit of fun. I started using when I was 12 years old, and at first it was fun, and I put this on my post earlier, man. It was fun, and it was exciting. You know what I mean? I had the most fun when I was younger. Like, I had a lot of fun, and but that fun never stopped for me. I wanted to keep it going, and as growing up, man, my family was big into alcohol. My mom and my dad were alcoholics. My dad actually, shout out to my dad, has 29 years in AA, which is super cool. That's the time that my mom left him, and he decided to get sober because he was tired of it, which is super cool. But the whole time growing up, man, I always blamed him for my problems. I blame my mom. I blame my dad. I blamed everybody except for me and recovery never took. I can never get recovery because I can never take responsibility for my own life, for my own decisions, for my own actions. You know what I mean? I can do that crap when I was younger, but as soon as I hit 18 and started growing up some, man, and like, I couldn't use that excuse anymore, but I did. And I did until I was 35 years old. I use that excuse. It's because of this. It's because of that. It's because my dad made fun of me when I was 2 years old or 3 years old or whatever. And, it made fun of me a lot, and that progressed throughout my whole childhood, teenagers, 20s. I felt like I was being made fun of my whole life because of all that crap that happened to me when I was younger. You know, I was scared of the dark when I was younger. So my dad would sit outside my window drunk and just like make fun of me, like sit out there, ooh, you know, and it fucked me up. Like literally it fucked me up and I didn't even realize it. You know, so, you know, my mom left my dad and she got with an even bigger douche. She got with this dude, man, that was just a psycho, literally a psycho. And my mom's biggest drug was codependency. She needed somebody in her life to fill her, you know, you know, that took her out too. You know, my mom passed away 5 years ago, from promises a guy, you know, gave to her and never fulfilled. And she, you know, she died from, liver failure, out in California somewhere where we didn't even know, you know, and it sucks, you know, but you know, this dude, he would do drugs with us as we were younger. I was like 13, you know, he's shooting up cocaine with me, doing meth with us, just all kinds of crazy stuff, man. It was just insane. And then he beat my mom, beat my sister, beat me, beat my brother. I mean, just all kinds of violence. And finally, I had enough one time and I left at 14. I think I was 14 or 15 years old. I left. And that's when I started getting into trouble, JDC, going to boot camps, and running the streets, man, going buck wild because I didn't have any, you know, supervision. I had no parental control over me. I had nothing. So I just ran the streets and was a little hood rat. And I kind of got my stuff together when I've known James since we were real young. And his dad took me under his wing. And that man right there, I'm forever grateful for him because he took me under his wing when we got in a lot of trouble, man. We were stealing nitrous tanks from hospitals. That was the last time that was the time I got arrested, and he went to court for me, went to bat and said he's going to take me under his wing. And he let me live at his house. And at the time, his dad was straight, man. I mean, the straightest edge dude. Like he would be piss testing me and James and like all kinds of stuff. And, you know, thinking we could pull one over on him. And he's like, nah, bro, you know? But like, I kind of like, I had a little bit of like, you know, we got our own apartment. We were doing somewhat good. We were making money, but we were partying every weekend, man. And during the ecstasy days, man, you know, and those were like, you know, I look back on those days and they were fun. They were a lot of fun. Like I had the most fun in ecstasy days. And, but was it really, you know what I mean? Like it was just because when it was gone. And then you're like wanting the next one, you know, because the high you get, the love, man, the happiness, the joy, all that stuff that I lacked in my life. That's what I was searching for. That's what I wanted. And ecstasy gave it to me like on a whole nother level. And that was like, and I always missed that, man. I always chased that too. And like, even when, you know, down the road, man, like when they had this other crazy stuff coming out that they said was like that, it wasn't like that. And I was still chasing that and I always get all weirded out. But, so, you know, I kind of like 21, I was kind of somewhat okay. You know, but I fell 2 stories and then I sprained my ankle. And back then, man, they're giving out pain pills like it was candy. So they gave me 60 Loratab 10s for a damn sprained ankle. And I was in love. Like that was the next joy, the happiness, the feeling, you know, of that feeling, man. And then like I was hooked on them after that. And then I was chasing that. And then we started a business. And it was just like forever chasing that thing and being sick and getting more and blah, blah, blah. And just over and over and over of chasing that because I didn't want to be dope sick. And that's when the opiate epidemic was like big. And, you know, we were getting shit dirt cheap, you know? You know, we were running a business, man, until I was 24, 25. And all we were doing is chasing the dope, trying to get money for more dope. That's all we were doing. We didn't run a business. We were just using it for a money cash cow, you know, to supply our habit. And eventually a 2008 crash hit and that was it. We couldn't even pay our light bill. And so then like I got introduced to harder stuff, you know, got introduced to smoking dope, man, doing crack, you know, and that hooked me big time. And then it was just nonstop with that forever, man. And that took me to places I never thought I'd ever be. Like I never thought that I'd be a IV user in my life. Like my friends were doing it all around me when I was younger, and I did it when I was 12 with my stepdad, or 13. But I never thought that I would go back to it because I hated the feeling of it, and I never wanted to be like that. I didn't really like that, you know. And the stories I hear about all these people losing their lives and da da da, I never wanted to do it, but I ended up doing it because it was like you get a stronger kick. You know, it's like that more factor. You want more. You want more of feeling that. And then after that, man, I was hooked on that forever, man. I was from 26 till I think it was 29, 2011. Was the last time that I actually smoked dope or shot anything into my body. And but that wasn't the end of it. You know, maybe if I took shit seriously, because my life, man, I always didn't really take it seriously. I never took my life seriously. Everything was a joke to me. I'm a jokester as it is. So everything was a joke. You know, my life was a fucking joke. So 2011, I got arrested twice. And I posted the picture earlier, and I don't know if anybody's seen it. More likely you did. But that was me, 130 pounds soaking wet. That wasn't 4 years ago when I posted that. That picture wasn't 4 years ago. That picture was 2011. My worst of my worst. The worst part of me, the person I hated, the person I was ashamed of. Because I never thought I'd ever get to that point in my life where I would look like that, feel like that. Like I was just done. But in 2011, you know, like I got arrested for the last time. My old boss was like, hey, I told him I couldn't go back to my mom's house because my mom, my brother, my sister, and me were all in this house using drugs. That's all we did. Pills and freaking dope. That's all we did was use drugs. So it was just like a family full of drug use. So I was like, I can't go back to that house. So he let me live in his house for a month in the back of his house in a tent. And I got somewhat okay. But in 2011, man, I was, you know, because I was still drinking, you know, I was like, if I stay away from the pain pills, I'd be okay. If I stay away from the dope, I would be okay. But drinking was okay. In 2011, at the end of it, I think it was New Year's Eve. I thought that, you know, I'm Captain Save-A-Ho and like I can go rescue people. And I got this cape on because I stopped doing pills and I stopped being a junkie. So now I got some like, you know, some I can go and help people, I guess. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I went to this dope house where my sister was, and you know, I don't know what kicked in me, but I had some tequila in me, and I'm not supposed to be drinking tequila. I never drink tequila, but I freaking went in this house and I just started a fight with somebody, and I beat him up, and then he had a knife, and you know, he freaking stabbed me, and I was in ICU. The only thing I could think about when I was in ICU, like I literally almost died. I had to get a blood transfusion and everything. And the only thing I could think about is like, damn, I missed the New Year's Eve party that I planned with my buddy. Like, how sick is that? Like, I almost die, but I'm more pissed off that I didn't get to go to the New Year's Eve party, like, and have fun with my friends. And like, that was my mentality. Like, who gives a fuck about my life? Like, okay, I'm good. Let me up. Okay. I'm freaking gashed up on the sides and like bleeding out the side, but I can go. I want to go to this party. And, I missed the party though. But, you know, even then I was like, you know, they tried to give me, some pain pills, and I was like, no, because that's my problem. I was like, I don't need pain pills. I'm okay. So, you know, I had more unmanageability with drinking than I did anything else. And I was drinking every single day, going to every single bar. That's all we did. You know, I thought that I could just cut off that life and then start a new one over here. And like, it might fix some things. And I met my wife now in 2012 while I was in drug court. And through this whole thing, while in drug court, I was drinking nonstop. And throughout this whole deal, you know, my wife she knew somewhat of what I had going on from like somebody presented all the facts of my past to her mom. And And so she knew somewhat, but she didn't know like the full extent. But you know, I was pretty good on just drinking. You know, we had a kind of like a toxic relationship a little bit, you know, like we just be drinking, you know, normal drinking atmosphere, fights and passing out and pissing yourself everywhere and pissing on tables. It was fucking insane. And and every, you know, one day, man, when I was at a party, and it was Halloween party, and I'm in the back of this house, and we're at a party, and I'm just saying what's up to my boy Will, that I've known for freaking ever. I was just saying what's up to him, you know, that freaking drunken you know. I don't know what happened, but I rolled my ankle in a hole and I broke my freaking leg. Like, yeah, I can't make this shit up. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know where. I didn't even know what happened. I was shocked that I even broke my leg because I was in so much pain. And people were like, oh, he's ODing. And I'm like, but I wasn't. I was just like, literally, it was a hot mess. And they bring me to the hospital, and I cracked my little bone on the side. I don't know what the thing is called. But I cracked it and fractured it. And, you know, I was put in a boot, but I, you know, throughout this whole process, I started another business and I started getting my life back together while doing all this, you know, drunken mess. And, I was somewhat manageable, not really, but somewhat. I was robbing Peter to pay Paul in order to get this shit, so it looked like I was manageable. But after I broke my leg, they gave me pain pills again, and then that was it. You know, like I got that taste, man, and it was no holds barred, man. Like I was ready to, like I couldn't fight it off anymore. That demon of like of where I used to be, like it all catches back up, man, quick. And so I you know, I was having like my brother was with me, you know, he got out of prison. I let him live with me, and that was a whole nother mess. But when I got back on those pain pills, you know, they only gave me so much, and they're like, no, you can't have any more. I'm like, fuck, what do I do? And I need to go back to work. And like, listen, 2 weeks into this broken leg with a boot on, I decided to go back to work. I'm like, I got to get shit done. Nobody's doing it for me. And so I've gotten what I used to, man, those 30s, man. I was like, let's rock and roll. I need to get back to work. And and then that was it, man. I was off to the races. And you know, throughout that whole time of being on those, I tried to get recovery because Tiffany, my wife, she would tell me, listen, I can't do this anymore. We all fucking know, like, because it wasn't just, you know, doing the 30s, it was doing the Xanax with it. Like they go hand in hand, like literally they go hand in hand. And I didn't, you know how we always say, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I'm just tired, you know, and I'm working 7 days a freaking week to support a habit, a household, kids, trucks, whatever. And like, literally I'm working my ass off 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, nonstop, kill myself, literally killing myself. For what? You know, for a freaking high that only lasts a little bit. And, you know, I tried to get recovery because James, he started doing recovery, you know, and I'm like, dude, look at his life. You know, I see him on Facebook and he's like happy, you know, and I'm like, man, I wish I had that. You know, I sit on Facebook like, damn, bro, I wish I had that. And there's multiple times I tried to go to meetings, man, because I knew exactly, you know, drug court might not have worked the first time, but those are little seeds that are planted that was planted in me that like knew exactly where to go when I needed to do it. You know what I mean? It might not have stuck because I thought I didn't have enough, you know, like I wanted to go out there and do some more research on my own. And I found out like alcohol is my fucking problem too. Like all of it, every little bit of any substance, I will abuse the shit out of. Like even food, I will abuse the shit out of it, especially ice cream. I'll murder that shit. But but so I'd have these brief stints of like taking Suboxone for a while and trying to do recovery and then trying to dose down on Suboxone, and then like I start feeling the Suboxone and then I go back up. And then next thing you know, I'm back to the races. And then it takes 6 months to get freaking a whole hell of a mess that I am. It takes 6 months to get back there. Then I want to do it again. She gives me ultimatum. And then it's just a vicious cycle of over and over and over the same exact way for, I don't know how long. It was like 2 or 3 years, you know. Even my mom passed away, man. And James's dad passed away the next year, you know. And like, I just like, it was just like so many emotions and stuff, man. And I'd use that for an excuse to freaking keep using, you know, like, oh, I gotta drink and I gotta do this. And like, it was just any excuse I can use, I would. So in 2017 at the end, I was, you know, I was running a business. I wasn't doing it right. I was doing everything not like I was supposed to. My freaking guy I got shit from, he was the dude I was using the license for. And, so I had to talk to him always. And it was like a bad thing because like it was a nonstop supply. So, 2017, the state was called on me. I had to do something different. You know, this dude's telling me, you know, you'll never be, and listen, I'm a felon. Like I have convictions, and he's told me that you'll never be, because I wanted to go get the license. He said, you'll never be a contractor because you're a felon. And like, my whole life I've been told that I can never do anything. And sometimes I'd always believe it, man. Like I always believed everybody, like I'm never not good enough. And even myself more than anybody, dude, me telling myself I'm not good enough. I'm not, because I bring all that shit from my past, all that shit from my childhood that I'm not good enough. Nobody wants me. Just all that negative shit that I fed myself for my whole life, you know, and, you know, from cheating girlfriends or me doing dumb shit and blaming everybody else. You know, I never thought I was good enough for anybody or anything, you know. That's why my mom freaking was doing what she was doing. And like, I was, you know, I was the middle child. So like my brother and my sister always lived with my mom, but I was the one that was always asked out. Like I was always put out because like my mom would like, oh, you need to pay rent. They don't pay rent, but you have to pay rent. If not, get the fuck out. And like that freaking affected me more than like anything. It's like, what the fuck, what do I have? You know, like literally it affected me a lot. And she called me like Markle, and it was like a mix between my dad and my stepdad, you know, and that shit, like it affected me, man. I didn't even, you know, like the middle child syndrome, but it was real. So in 2017, you know, they called the state. I was like, fuck it, man. What else do I have to lose? I'm going to get these books. I'm going to study. I'm going to try to pass it because like, this is my livelihood. And this is all I have. And, so I took, I studied 2 months, man, drunk, high, all of it. And, this lets me know that like, if I really put my mind to something, I can do it. It doesn't matter how twisted of a brain that I have. I know I can do it, you know, no matter what. And, I studied for 2 months. I took the test and I passed both of them first time, no problem. And, but then, you know, I was, waiting on them to give me the approval that says, hey, you're accepted. And I had that guy playing in my head. You're a felon. You'll never get accepted. You're a felon. You'll never get accepted. They won't accept you. And then all this shit that came up from my past, all this shit that I believed, it would overplay, play. And I wanted to silence it. I wanted to literally silence that noise. So I was just pilling myself, drinking myself stupid, like literally. And it was the weekend of my mom's birthday, March 10th. And like, I was freaking just hammered. I was like oblivious, dude. And Tiffany, me met, and she's like, look, I can't do this anymore. It's either you're going to straighten up or I can't do this. And like, I don't know so with that, and then I got the letter that says you're approved by the state of Florida to be a contractor. So my livelihood is saved. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done. I'm like, I'm going to check myself in. I'm done with this, man. I can't do this anymore. It was like the one time in my life that somebody like accepted me for all my shit, all the bullshit. And like I can actually live a good life if I actually did something right now at this instant right here. I don't know why that took that to do it, but it did. And so I checked myself in the outpatient treatment. I checked myself into Baycare, and I did intensive outpatient, and I jumped in the meetings, and I set a date with a sponsor to stop doing Suboxone. And it was March 15th was the last time I ever used. And so my date is 3/16. And I always say, and this kept me going for so long, but I call it Justin 316 because that's what it is. Sorry, but it is. Hey, listen, that kept me for so long. And whatever it takes, it could be stupid, but it literally kept me going for a long time because I wanted to keep that date just so I could say that. And here I am still saying it. But man, I threw myself into recovery. Like literally, I did exactly what they said. I went to meetings. I did 90 and 90. I listened to everybody. I was gun-ho. First year gun ho. Like I did everything, man. I was a step worker. I'm like, bam, 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 bam. What's next? What's next? What next? And then year 2 came around. Let's see. Let me make sure I got this. Year 2 is 2019, 2020. Okay. Yes. So 2019, even in 2019, it was still going. 2020, man, it's like when the pandemic hit, and like COVID was going on, and like everything was just weird. And like I met up with this group, and we started doing business. And I threw myself into my business, and everything else got put on hold. My recovery got put on hold. It was just weird anyways. So everything got put on hold as far as recovery goes. I'm good. I got a certificate. It says I graduated. I'm going to put it into a plaque and hang it on my wall. Like literally I was good. And it kept going throughout 2020. And throughout this whole thing, we're doing business. We're trying to grow. And I'm like, and I'm doing all these new things, learning to market, learning to get on video. I'm doing all these things I've never done in my life. Like I'm not a video guy. And like, here I am on live doing video, and it's still weird for me sometimes, but I enjoy doing it now a lot better than what I used to. But through that time, man, this guy, people get outs to certain things. They feel like they're not in the cool kids club. So a couple of people got asked out because of like who they represent or who they are or whatever. I don't know what it was about, but it's nothing to do with me. But there's people that we were with that they were trying to get at for starting this group and doing all those things. And so they're like calling us a criminal enterprise because they found out that me and James, mostly me, but James too, that we were, we have a past. And so they started taking my lovely 130-pound photo and putting it all over the internet. And at the time, bro, like I was still ashamed of that guy. I was ashamed of that Smeagol looking guy, because that's exactly what I look like. Like literally I was so ashamed of him, and I haven't dealt with that dude. You know what I mean? I haven't accepted him for what he was. You know what I mean? Accepting all of it. Like I still haven't accepted all of it. So it really affected me. So in end of 2020, man, I was a miserable mess. Like literally I didn't use, but it was almost like it was in relapse mode, as they call it. You know what I mean? I was any given minute it would have happened probably. And that was going on my, what year? 21, going on my third year. So that's almost my third year. So I was like, okay, this is where the hope shot comes in. I was like, okay. And through this whole thing as well, man, me and Johnny were talking at racetrack. We met up, man. We were talking in racetrack parking lot about how our recovery lacks, and how the pandemic kind of screwed it up. Like it was like no meetings. We didn't have a place to go, and like we weren't doing nothing for recovery. So like we're both him and I were miserable messes. So I was telling him about, man, stopping that guy for one thing from posting my shit, but also, doing more for a recovery. So I was like, man, and the pandemic and everything, it's just like a whirlwind of shit. I was like, dude, I already do stuff with YouTube, man. Maybe I should do some videos and we can put it on the internet and share our stories. You know, if this guy's going to take my name and trash it, you might as well freaking talk about it and share the recovery, like share the positive in it. Like you might see this guy in 2011, but it's been, dude, it was like 10 years. And it's like, let's show the positive of stuff. So that's when I started doing the YouTube for the Hope Shot. So the Hope Shot started on YouTube, and I was doing videos, and it was super awkward. Super freaking awkward. Like the whole time I'm doing the videos, recording it, I'm like, damn, I hope I freaking press start. I hope the batteries don't run out in the mic. You know, this whole time I'm up here and doing this, you know, like, and so it was super awkward, you know, and I edited videos, and the editing of the videos took so long. And finally I was like, you know what, let's go on Facebook. And so we started doing lives on Facebook, and it's so much easier and it's so much better, and we get to interact with people, and it's super cool. So I, you know, fast forward, you know, we didn't know where any of this was going to go here doing this stuff on the Hope Shot. We were just like, you know what, we just want to share our experience, strength, and hope, man. Hopefully it helps somebody that might be struggling too, you know, with this pandemic happening, meetings not going on like they used to and all that. Maybe, just maybe, it might help somebody. So we kept going with it. And then I get them, you know, all these cool people with me, you know, that get to do this with me, you know, and they helped me grow, because I was still a mess going through this. Like May, I was a mess. And hold on, let me back up real quick. So in 2000 and at the beginning of last year, Tiffany, you know, she started having this growth. You know, she started looking like she was pregnant, and we found out that she had ovarian cancer and she had a tumor. So going through this whole thing with the Hope Shot, man, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and we had to kind of adjust life, you know, and figure things out and how it's going to go. And like, so she had to go through chemo, and she had to go through surgery and like all kinds of stuff. So I had to totally break down my business and like bring it back down to nothing and focus on trying to help her and be there for her. And, you know, because some days, some weeks, man, were just horrible. She couldn't get out of bed. So like we had to go through that. And then, you know, but we got through it. And these people right here, you see, got us through it. Like, I don't know if we'd ever been able to manage our lives. Not just, and these are the people right here that held us up. Like literally find your people in recovery, because those are the motherfuckers going to hold you up when shit gets tough. Like literally tough. They'd kidnap our kids. They'd bring us food. They'd sit there and talk to me like I was a fucking a maniac through this whole thing too. And they're like, bro, let's fucking get to work. Let's do some shit. Like, you know, last year was probably one of the most trying years that me and her have been through anything. And like, it was one of the most ones with growth, like literally the most one with growth. And, you know, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without the people you see on the screen, and minus Johnny and Lisa. But, you know, Johnny and Lisa too, man. They like, these people are our people, man. That's why we come on here and share it, man. We just groove, we just vibe together, you know. And it's like, it's amazing, man. I would never have this without recovery. Like literally wouldn't have it. And I'm just super grateful for these people. And we don't know where the Hope Shot's going. We just keep going. You know, somebody, you know, sponsored us to become a nonprofit. So, you know, that's what we're going to go with. And we're becoming the RCO for Pasco County, you know, where we live. And we're going to try to just keep going with it, man. And whatever it looks like, you know, but it takes personal work to make any of this possible. Nothing's going to happen if I don't work on me, because I'm still a fucking mess, you know. And, you know, but I'm super grateful for this platform, for Facebook, for social media, for the internet, because none of this would be possible. And I couldn't tell you anything of what I'm doing. So thank you guys. And I love you all for the support, the love always. And let's hear these motherfuckers light me up. Love y'all.
Man, thank you, Justin. Can we give him a round of applause real quick, guys, man? Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoop.
We love you, and thank you for getting vulnerable. You never know who it touched. right? What happens tonight may have a trickle down effect that we may never see. And that's the beauty of being vulnerable and getting our stories out there. And so real quick, Justin, while you have a second, can you do some, you're popping them up now. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do me a favor and popped up some of the people that did some shares for us, because we definitely said we give them a shout out.
Yeah. Let me get that. Let me go back up here.
We only grow because of them. So real quick, who wants to go first? I'm just gonna throw it out there, people. His wife is gonna go last. So that spot is already taken. We're saving the best for last. So who's volunteering? Who do we got?
James, you're already talking. Why don't you do it?
Okay. Well, that wasn't expected, but okay. Guess who's going next? Jonathan. So, man, dude, I've known Justin a long time. Love you. Okay, that just happened. So anyways, I've known him a really long time, man, and we can butt heads. That man can be a stubborn asshole. Sometimes he wants it his way and exactly how he wants it. And he will throw his feet to the ground to do it. But
all the time.
I will
all
say
the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes.
All the time.
Every single time, honestly. But again, just wanted to give a little out there. So, you know, when you've known someone over 23 years, like I don't remember how many. It's a long time. That's all I know. Since kids to grown ass men, you would tend to butt heads along the way. But I can say this from the bottom of my heart, man, that like these last few weeks have been really, really pleasurable to be your best friend again. It was a rocky road. I didn't know if it would last, but I sure am glad that God's got a better plan for us, and that two ego-driven fools can work shit out, because that's what recovery does, and that's what it's about. So thank you for getting vulnerable with me. Thank you for being an asshole all the time. You're needed. You're loved. And we're going to move on next to Jonathan.
I'm very good at the asshole thing. I don't know what the other one looks like. So I try.
Keep coming back.
That comes at 5 years, bro, when your head pops out of your ass.
Got it, man. Next year. Got it.
No, listen, Justin, it's funny, man, because I was listening to you tell your story, and you were talking about when you first came to recovery, like you were on fire. And I could remember, like, there were some things that didn't phase you in early recovery when you were actually doing the work, where myself and, you know, Dominic, we had conversations like, man, this motherfucker's on fire. Like, he ain't phased by nothing. You're right. You just kept it moving. Is because like you were in it. You were working on yourself, you know, and, you know, listen, like anyone else that's done this journey of recovery, we go through these lulls and these, I don't know, these periods when we just, I don't know if I want to say that like we got it, but it's almost that mentality. And to see where you are today to where I had fear for you at year 2, like legit, we had this conversation because I remember saying to you like, hey man, I'm down with the professional side, growing stuff, but don't forget what comes first. You're like, yeah, I got it. I'm like, yeah. You got yourself almost completely gone. But, you know, listen, man, you rebounded and you know, it's amazing to see how, like, dude, you got your license out of a resentment, and the Hope Shot started out of resentment.
It just
like,
works. You know
like,
what I mean?
legit. Like, it's that inner I'm going to show you that used correctly. And, dude, it's a powerful force. I mean, and what you guys, I mean, I know I've been on here a few times, but it's really you guys that do this thing. I mean, what you guys have done with it, man, like, yeah, it's a little bit different than what I know from what just my decade of being in recovery. But I mean, it's working, and it's evident because what I was doing while you were talking is I was reading the comments, you know, from the others that are jumping on, and they're showing their love to you, and it's reciprocated, man. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's exactly what recovery is about. So, love you, buddy. I'm proud of you for your 4 years. This journey isn't always easy. And listen, man, you still have this supporting cast that's sitting on here. And there's a couple others that are around too that, like, we're going to pick you up as you start to slip, and you're going to tell us to go fuck ourselves. So there's that too.
Of course, man. That's what friends are for, bro. We tell everybody go fuck themselves, you know? Hey, John, thanks for coming on here, man. I love you, dude.
So with that, Caesar wants to go. His hand's up.
His hand is up.
I thought you wanted to go first.
No, you can go first.
Man, John just
Stole his line.
stole my thunder, man. I was gonna say, I heard in the rooms all you need to start a meeting is a resentment and a coffee pot. Apparently, all you need to start a podcast movement's a resentment and
a computer.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Not even a computer, a cell phone. Shoot.
But I love you to death. When I met you on a professional level, I didn't even know you were in recovery when we met. And little by little, we start seeing each other in the friends list, and all the friends are in recovery. One day he's like, bro, how do you know all these people? It's like, because I've been in recovery, bro. I know all your people. I just haven't seen you. But I mean, it's been a blessing, man. I really would love to roast you, but you've been a blessing, man. You have been the thing that brought this group together.
Yeah.
None of us were this close, and this thing came together because of your resentment, but also your passion. You were dead ass serious of not only is someone not going to crap on your name, but I'm going to take my power back. And that is right out of the work that we do. Our darkest past becomes our biggest asset. And that's the turnaround that you've done with this show, because we have nothing to offer anybody if they can't identify with us, if they don't think that we've been in the trenches. And we get to share that every day publicly to thousands and thousands of people, where before you were ashamed of some little shop owner sharing your picture.
Oh my gosh.
And
so
now
crazy.
Thousands of people see your skinny Smeagol looking ass all the time.
Boosted and everything else. And you're like, yeah, we're going to do it.
So, I mean, the turnaround, that's the power, man. That shame and guilt has turned into your biggest asset, and it has for all of us. So I'm proud of you, man. And I'm just so glad that this thing came together the way it did, because friends have now become family, and that's
true.
It's priceless.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Justin. So I remember when Justin first asked me to get on a meeting with y'all, it wasn't Caesar had gotten and done the filming part before it was live. And I went with him for that.
Ultra awkward.
The old school. He's like, will you do it? I'm like, no. And then he had me come on to talk to everybody, which has now turned into our board of directors. And I was like, okay, cool. I've been doing, kind of this kind of work for a little bit now, running a coalition. And so I had some sort of experience to share when I came on the meeting. And I remember being like, okay, I don't have a lot of time, but I'll help you where I can. I don't have a lot of time, but I'll help you where I can. And he slowly but surely pulled me in. And these people that I didn't think I had enough time for literally became my family. You guys are, all of you on here have just, I don't know, it's friends to family. Not even, it started with, a little work kind of thing, and then friends, and then family. And all along it was what I needed, because just like you, Justin, I was isolating, and I wasn't going to meetings during the pandemic. And what I was doing was virtual, and, it was hard. It was definitely hard. And I don't know. I love you. You are stubborn. You are stubborn as hell, but somehow that stubbornness, I will say though, you're stubborn, but you will take feedback and you grow from that feedback. And I've seen that all along. So, keep doing what you're doing. You're helping a lot of people. And we love you.
Justin 316.
Justin 316.
Hi, baby. I'm going to shirt that says that one day.
If you don't make that shirt, I don't even know what to do with you.
I don't either. But okay, so yeah, I'm super stubborn. I don't give a shit, but
It's really
I am.
Don't get mad, Justin. You told us to roast you. I can't.
No, listen. No, you're fine with roast. Dude, that was a roast. Come on, give me.
No,
I can't. I have too much love in my heart for you to roast.
Yeah, it's funny, man, because you know, the whole thing with that dude, man, that picture, man, that held so much weight over my life, literally. And then I took it and turned it around, and it's like, dude, it like, you know, that how negative it looked at the time and how like badly I wanted to I was so angry with the dude and the resentment, whatever. But it was the best thing that happened to me.
Yeah, you
like,
should probably
literally
send flowers.
So I
I
remember
probably
the
should
night.
send him a card or something, right?
You
With
should. That's
With
what we
$20
do.
empty Amazon card.
Can
I
we all
remember the
sign
night
it?
you called Caesar. You called Caesar and said, "What do I do?" I don't know if you remember that, but I was laying in bed next to him, and you called him and said, "You know, they're doing this because you two were in the business group together first." And he was like, "You know, you own that. You own your story, and that becomes your biggest asset."
Hey, I started sharing all my stuff before I got hired at my first job in recovery. I walked in the door of that job and they knew what I was and who I was. And I'm blessed. I've never had to hide it, you know, because in early recovery, I didn't have anything else to be proud of. That was it. That's what I have to be proud of. I am not a piece of crap right now. And that's all I've got for social media because I never had anything else. So it's like, yes, 90 days, you know, like,
But you know,
I celebrated everything loudly.
It's such a powerful stigma smasher too. And I know we do it all the time and we're talking about our stories all the time, but like this gives people hope that their past can too become their biggest asset and their biggest strength. So,
but you know, it's funny is like, when that stuff came out, I was, you know, doing business with all these people. And I'm like, shit, they found out who I was. They found out who I am. Oh, shit. You know what I mean? Like, literally.
Yeah. And now they support us. And now we got videos coming out with them. This whole idea is based off of people's brains we picked and them having our back.
they support us and they know who to turn to when they have a friend or family because it impacts everybody. They know who to send their friend, their family, their brother, their sister, their wife, their, you know, whoever it is.
Even the ones that don't publicly talk about it, they're in the DMs saying, please, we don't know who else to turn to. And believe me, we are there for them.
Yeah.
So real quick, guys, we're going to keep this thing rolling with the Night Master. You're on the mic, son.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, I just I met Justin. It was like a year and a half ago. That's it, right? And it's amazing how I believe that we have people that we were like connected to in a different life or something. Because some people you just meet and immediately you know, you see eye to eye with them. You know that's your people, and I knew that right away with Justin. I remember early on when I met Justin, I'm like, man, he's the one that's running this. He's a fucking mess, dude. This dude is bugged out, man. I'm like, and he's fucking making this shit happen. And I'm like, but the more I got to know him, I saw like he wanted something different. Like one thing I can say about Justin is he was very aware that he needed to get busy in his recovery. You know, and that's right when I was meeting him, when he was starting to get back into this work. And the evolution has been just a miracle, man, just to see and then not only to see him grow, but also to become a part of his family, you know. And they were going through like the most difficult time that anybody could ever experience, you know. And somehow as a unit, we managed to like make it all right. And if that's not whatever you believe in, your God, your source, whoever, then I don't know what is. And yeah, Justin and I became quick friends, man. And I'll tell you, Justin has some ways, man, but so do all of us. And now so the only thing that Justin likes to control shit, you know. He's the maestro, you know, and he's always and it's funny because he'll fucking catch himself and he'll be like, man, I'm doing it again. And I'm like, bro, and me, I'm not like I'm a laid back dude, you know, but I'm quick to tell Justin, hey bro, you know, And like Kelly said, he's you could see the more work he does and the deeper he gets into this journey, the more receptive he is to new ideas, to maybe changing things. I mean, I'm just fucking blown away that he's willing to let me handle on the Wednesday nights, you know. I thought that was an act of God in itself, man. But yeah,
I'm trying, Nate. I'm trying.
I know. No, you're not trying, you're doing, bro. And that's the thing. We all grow at different stages. You know, someone that has a year might be more plugged in than someone that has 10 years. Who knows? And there's no linear path. All that matters is that we keep on this journey, and which Justin personifies, is that regardless of where he's at, he's seeking. He's looking for something different. He's trying to grow. He's trying to connect more. He's trying different stuff. He's getting out of his comfort zone. And I don't know, man. The bonds that we have formed as friends, not only with Justin but with Tiffany and their children, it's like, what a gift, you know. I didn't plan on any of this, you know. I had a pretty set routine, and what I was doing a little over a year ago compared to today is not completely different. You know, I mean, I was always plugged in my recovery. I was always doing my thing, but the new people that have entered into my life, you know, because I got sober in Ocala, and I came home and I had a lot of doubts, and the first year back, you know, I was still finding my, like, you know, my circle, but when I met Justin, and then in turn met all these fine people, man, I really found, you know, my true people, man. And for that, Justin, you know, I'm so grateful to be a part of this. I'm so grateful to have these great people in my life today. That are, you know, by far like my family, man. You know, to have that connection, I say it all the time. One of the most important things in this whole deal is connection, and find your people, find your circle, because I'll tell you, the ability to be a part of something so special like this Hope Shot, and then also to be involved in with such a great group of people, man. It's just like it's magical. I don't know how else to say it. And I see God working in all of our lives, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'm so grateful for you, Justin. I love you, bro. Even though you're a bug, even though you can't let go. And yeah, I love you. 130 pounds soaking wet. I love you now, bro. Whatever, man. And I love how you have embraced finally, you know, and truly internalized the fact that who you were is exactly who you needed to be where you are, and to use that instead of let it use you. You know, I love you, buddy. I love all you guys.
I love you too, Nate. Thanks, man. And yes, I'm a bug, and that's my special power.
Hey, you don't know how you know recovery works? In this picture, that dude's 130 pounds. You took him surfing, he was 230 pounds.
Yeah, he was like,
that's right.
So literally, I was spinning on the board because of my belly.
But guess what? He went out there and did it.
I know that's right.
And people will tell me all the time, Nate, let's go surf. You know what I mean? But Justin said, let's go. And he did. And he did good, man. Now we just got to get him back out there.
I'm ready to go back out because I lost a little bit of weight. Now I won't spin on the board like a fucking, I don't know. You know what I mean? Hey, Jess, I see you in the cut, girl.
Well, listen, I know Tiffany is going last, but before she goes last, my wife keeps bugging me. That's why I keep turning around. She's like,
I keep hearing her.
Something. So come on. Oh, now she wants my seat too. This is that bullshit. Hey, mark it down. 316.
This is a huge day right here.
316 is a big deal. Just saying.
Yes.
So I only showed up because I heard we were going to be talking shit about Justin, but this was like the babiest roast ever.
This is James's wife, by the way.
All right. No, I'm just joking. You know, I love you. the first time I think I met you guys, Justin and James, I was like 18 years old. So we've been going around for a long time. I remember the drug court days. Man,
Yeah, she's
crazy
the one that
days.
gave me my first Facebook addiction. Just saying.
Right. I created.
So none of this would be possible. Let's hear from our sponsors now.
You know, we got into a lot of shit together. You know, I remember coming to visit you in ICU. I remember when you broke your leg at that fucking party, you know, like Tiff came in the picture too. Like we go way back, you know, and we've done some crazy shit. And then, you know, we turned around and we pulled our life together too. So like watching you get into recovery, I remember you coming in, you were so nervous. And then like, dude, you just fucking blew up in there. You know, you did. Watching you in recovery has been amazing. But I'm here to tell you I love you. I'm so very proud of you. And I can't wait to see what the next year brings for you guys. So I'm out. That's it.
I love you, Jess. Thank you for coming on here and saying at least a little bit, girl.
Show me back.
Hey, and Jess gave me my first ever like key tag going into this. I was there at her celebration and she gave me my first tag, and I had to give it back to her 2 years later. So there's that too.
I do remember that. So without further ado, the madam with the mic needs to drop it. Try to keep some of the jokes between you two. You know what I'm saying? Don't hurt my mans on the internet too much, okay?
Speak the truth.
I can't hear him now. I did. Oh, and my
Tiff.
mic is on. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Yeah, it's weird. I'm telling you, it's weird. Okay, guys. So can I hear it on your volume?
Your headphones on.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
Technical difficulties.
Maybe this will work.
This is how marriage works. You just make it work. You know what I mean?
They ain't at that stage of separate rooms yet. You know what I'm saying?
We have people here, like out of towners and family and stuff. They're
Okay.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
You're good to go, Tiff. Take it over.
Can you hear?
I can't hear. It doesn't work. Okay, whatever. So anyways, I'll just talk, and if you guys stop me. Y'all suck at roasting.
Wait. Can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Take your headphone mic out of the thing and then it'll work.
How do I turn them off? Just turn them off. Oh my god.
All right, quick. Somebody sing and dance. Oh, there she is.
Hey, you remember that time Justin comes on here every week and roasts me about my internet connection?
Okay.
We ain't about to have that no more.
She's just gonna come over here.
More, bro.
Do you want to sit here?
Yeah.
Justin's sitting over there with the king's chair and the special microphone. Yeah,
Right.
get in there. Get in
There it
the
is.
Every time this happens, Nate and James are like, yeah.
Yo, you would think we'd get it together by now. I don't understand. This whole StreamYard thing does not work like Zoom or any of the other
It
ones.
does work, but
Okay, so what I was saying, first of all, I'm going to start off that all y'all suck at roasting, okay? Because now I'm going to come on here and sound like a straight a-hole when, like, nobody helped me out at all. I mean, obviously, yeah, he's a beautiful person and I love him. I married him, you know what I mean? He's awesome and all.
roofies is a hell of a drug. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, Justin.
Shut up, Justin. We want to hear Tiffany.
No, but okay, so from the beginning of it, you know, like he said, I didn't really quite know a lot of his background when I first met him. He was wild and he was crazy and he didn't give nothing about nobody. Like it was his way and it was gonna be his way, and I liked that. Like I was like, heck yeah, he's a go-getter. He makes it happen, whatever he wants. Okay, and then slowly but surely, like he was saying, those 6-month intervals. And I got something coming, dude.
Go. Do
Those
it. Let's do it.
those 6-month intervals, I started to see like, okay, yeah, he's crazy. Oh, he's crazy, you know, and I was crazy too. I was no saint. But anyways, we're talking about Justin and roasting Justin, so we don't have to worry about my part, right? So he I love him to death, you know, but he definitely went through his it was his way or no way, and everything around him was everybody else's fault. And he was crazy, just I mean, like any of us, right? Just crazy. And then watching him go into recovery, right? He wanted something different so bad. And that, again, like I said, is so cool watching Justin. When he wants something, he makes it happen, right? And I didn't quite know how he was going to make it happen, and he did. He got himself into recovery, and he found himself some people, and he started changing. And it was like the coolest thing to watch from the outside, but at the same time, so scary, because I was like, well, this isn't the guy I was. This isn't who, you know, it was. He changed. He just changed. And throughout his recovery from March 16th, what is it, 2018 to now, there's still been those 6 month. I feel like there's still been those 6 month intervals of, and granted, it's all in recovery and all in growth and learning, but it's been like, you know, he goes up, he does really great. And then like, he'll find himself at a standstill, or at like a fork in the road where there's something more he's trying to learn or trying to grow from. And he like gets crazy and messy. And then like the coolest part really is that he talks to me about it. He'll talk to his support group about it. He gets information and he takes suggestions. He applies the suggestions. Sometimes that one won't work, but this one starts to work. And then, you know, he'll start that upward train again for the 6 months. You know, it's like up. And then, oh, we're at another fork in the road, and it's like a mess and crazy. Like, oh my gosh, okay, let's figure this out. And then again and again, it's like that same cycle now, but I feel like now it's like a healthy cycle. Like it used to be, you know, the unmanageable, crazy, insane cycle. And now it's like this healthy, really fun, really cool thing to watch. Like him, like everybody kind of shared. He like likes it his way. Justin likes to control things. But again, like Nate said, he's truly working on that hardcore, like at home. And it's really cool to watch, you know? So it's just, I mean, I guess
you did a good roast.
Yeah.
Man,
what the hell? How do you do a roast? He's stubborn. He's an asshole. He likes it his way. But he's working on that.
What are we talking about?
That's all I got, man. I love you, Justin. I love all y'all guys. And yeah, we suck at roasting.
We do suck at roasting.
I know, like everybody was waiting for a roast.
It's a spiritual roast.
Listen, all right, the cat's out the bag, bro. We don't suck at roasting. You just can't handle the motherfucking truth, player.
Oh,
okay?
I got it.
We kept it PG-13 for your soft ass.
Thank you.
You
Because
need to star in a Charmin commercial. That's what you need to do.
Because listen, I'm telling you right now, I do control shit, and I can remove all you motherfuckers.
I'll start my own podcast.
Allie said, let me at him. Come on, Allie.
Oh, do it.
Come on, Allie.
Wait, hold on. Listen.
But
Do it,
before
Allie.
we
Wait, you
move
want me
on,
to
just
get out?
quickly, just
Allie
a
said, let me
testament-
at him.
a testament, and then you can let Allie. Is she coming on? No.
I'll bring the
All
phone
right,
to
so
her.
Helen Porter Fiegels, the comment that she posted, Justin, could you see that or pop it up with now that my daughter?
By the way,
Now that my daughter has posted, I can't thank the Hope Shot enough. Thanks to you, my family is whole, and I get to share my daughter's journey. Helen is somebody who is
She's
one
the
of the
grandma of the Hope Shot. Remember?
she was one of the first people I saw at my recovery meetings 7 years ago, and she helped me. And she always talked about her daughter, and her daughter, you know, we saw her sometimes, and you know, then I would talk to Helen at events I would see her at, and you know, she just wanted so desperately for her daughter to get it. This is what helped her get it. And like that makes me tear up every time Helen talks about that. I just think that's freaking amazing.
I love you, Kristen. Congratulations on what you say, 82?
42.
42 days.
That's awesome.
32
It's
days,
freaking
girl.
amazing.
The love your mom has for you. I will say that.
So I'm gonna little secret out the bag. If Justin shaves, he's got a chin butt right on his face. I'll tell everybody that, but it's a straight
I got one right
bump
there, too.
right here on his chin. And he's got two of them, two buttholes. It's so weird.
Maybe 3.
3 buttholes. This is really getting awkward. So is Allie coming on, or did she chicken shit out?
Nah, she chicken shitted out of it.
Y'all talk. It's all good.
Jesus, I have a feeling she would not have been nice, and you would have been questioning, was she serious or not?
No, I would have questioned.
Come on,
definitely.
Allie.
Just have her stand behind the camera and talk shit about him.
Oh, that's a good one. You guys come on too. Make it a good night.
Oh, I thought that was her. That's Tiffany.
Well,
No pop, no cherry popping tonight for her.
no,
John.
she's coming on one day.
One day.
I can feel
Listen,
it.
you know damn well she has no problem telling you what she thinks.
No, not a lick, bro. Me and Allie are a lot alike though, so there's that too. So she might be telling herself
It's a
something.
mutual respect there.
Yeah, she might be telling herself something.
Me and Tiffany are a lot alike, and you and Allie are a lot alike.
Yes, you and Tiffany are like this, and me and Allie are like.
I'm just saying though right now, if Allie was a man, we would have fought twice already.
Whose comment is
Melissa Dawn, put that comment up there. She's
Which
a good
one?
roaster. Melissa Dawn.
With
Happy
that
4 years with
forehead.
that forehead.
Bro, he's a whoopie dude. All right.
Bro, you're up there with me, bro. You're up there.
Yeah, Mark.
At least they're roasting you in the comments.
And hey, listen, you guys, because you guys suck at it.
I can't do it. Like I just can't.
I'm with you, Kelly.
There
I'm
has to
not
be
very good at
something.
roasting.
I'm not good.
I mean, there's all kinds of things. You know, you want to know the first thing that I saw about you in that networking meeting? You whined.
My forehead?
And somebody called you out on it.
What was it?
You were whining about, oh, I made a new video and nobody shared it. And, I thought we were supposed to share each other's videos here. And somebody called you a bitch.
Hey, and I still do that, by the way.
You.
I still do that. I'll still whine.
Hey, Justin, I have a question, bro. Do you have your computer volume all the way down?
Oh,
Oh.
I heard that. I heard that.
I will say though, he's grown into his ears.
That's true.
Oh man, it's all coming out now.
He spiritually grew into them, not physically.
No, literally. No, literally.
Yeah, he's grown into him physically too.
Listen, God knew you should listen more, player. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, when you made the cartoons of each one of us,
Bro, dude, it was horrible. Oh my god. Like literally
that on the screen. He did the tune me thing for each person in the hope shot, and then he made his laugh. Did he freaking caricatured his ears out to here?
literally, that's it. That's my feature.
Oh. There it is.
Oh my god!
Oh damn, and he's dead.
I don't know if it'll.
It
Yeah.
does. It
all
does.
you
It
see.
did it.
Oh, it was so good.
Wait.
If it'll
But-
like. focus on it. Yeah, I don't want to focus.
Stay focused. Literally, that was like the feature. You know what I mean? No big forehead. It's mostly
That's
the ears.
the only thing that like really everything you've done is growth, and everything you've done is get better. So I mean, how do you roast somebody for that? So we can make fun of your ears and that you were a whiny little bee
You want-
when we started out, but
we'll talk.
in real life,
And stubborn. That's still
Well,
a thing.
yeah.
Stubborn
We all know
growth is
you're
going to be
stubborn.
my forte. But listen, growth is growing into your ears. Like literally, freaking, they just like fell down. Like Smeagol, that Smeagol dude was like this, bro.
It's fortunate because it's just like recovery. The growth never stops because we'll never reach the finish line, and you'll never actually grow into your ears. So you could just it's continual growth.
I heard that.
Hey, shout out to all you guys in the comments right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And it's so cool because so many of you we've met in person now too. So it's super cool like seeing you and be like, oh, I know them. So it's so cool. Thank you all for joining in on us with us this evening to roast Justin.
Yeah, it wasn't so much a roast. It started at this point.
To stroke his ego for an hour.
I like you.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what, man? It's going through this thing. 4 years flies sometimes, and like it's not a perfect process. It literally is not a perfect process. The only thing you have to do, literally, but the only thing you have to do perfect is don't fucking put one in you. You know what I mean? Because that's when the growth actually stops. No matter what, we continue to grow. What did I say it wrong?
Yeah, I think you meant starts. Growth starts.
No, if you put one in you, it stops. I feel.
Okay.
If you, what do you mean?
It's your thing. Go, bro. Go.
What do you mean? You
probably heard it better than me. I don't know.
Because my growth is always
like behind the scenes with all these people.
My growth will always
behind the scenes.
It will always keep improving me as long as I don't put one in me. Right?
Oh, okay.
I knew I had to dumb it down for you, James. It's
yes,
cool.
Thank you.
It's the roast of James.
No, that's what Katie said. Doesn't the roasty get to roast the roasters at the end?
Yes. No, but like the only thing I've done perfect is not put one in me. Like that's the only thing. I've been a freaking hot mess for 4 years. Like literally, and like Tiffany was saying, it's been like this, you know. And I've had great times and I've had crappy times. I've had great days and bad days, but it's always better than what it was before. You know, I'll never have to freaking get arrested and wonder why I was there. You know what I mean? I never have to disappoint my kids. I never have to disappoint my wife. I never have to freaking worry about a DUI. Like, you know what I mean? I could be a good friend. I could be all this stuff as long as I don't put one in me, you know, and some days are going to be worse than others, but you know what? It's okay, you know? And that's why we have a circle of people. And that's why I love my circle of people that I can lean on at any given moment, at any given time, no matter what. And hopefully we're not all fucked up on the same day, because then it's a shit show. You know what I mean?
We got Nate.
Nate is that is very true. We got Nate Stradamus, and he'll always like bring us back down to reality.
Another
and, like,
even
teach
keel.
us the Buddha ways.
Yeah, he's another even keel. Like just this, man. I'm just trying to freaking get what they got. You know what I mean?
You want to talk about someone hard to roast, man? On your anniversary, it's going to be the most boring meeting ever.
I'm going to end up crying. Like it's not going to work.
Hey, so we're going to do this, right? Like we're going to do this on our anniversaries.
Yep,
Caesar's
it started.
I think.
But yeah, mine's on
This is insecure little boy in me, bro. I'm not ready for all that. I had to talk like this, cover my gums and shit. You ain't gonna roast my gums. I'm telling you right
I'm not ready for it either, man.
Hey, yeah, mine falls on a Sunday for the live, so.
Well, we do it whenever it is. Like we'll just do it on the live, man. On that day, we're gonna go live on our celebrations and have at it. It might not be a roast, like whatever. It's just fun to put on the thing, you know.
Hey, I roast myself on the daily.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody can roast me more than I roast myself. You know what I mean?
All right, you guys, let's wrap this thing up. Again, let's give Justin a hand. Congratulations on 4 years, buddy. We love you. Keep going. It's a great start to forever. Keep going. All right.
Love you, buddy.
Thank you for joining us on the Hope Shot. We will see you this Sunday.
Yeah, don't forget to tune in on Sunday. Don't forget to like, share, and tell James how awesome he was tonight in the comments.
Definitely.
Yeah, well done, James.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I love you guys, and good night.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys later.